So this is what it's like to go live. It's the first time I'm doing this. All right, everyone. I'm gonna do a quick sound test first. I got the concert playing in the background. Just want to be sure I'm not deafening myself. So if I go to my channel, how do I do this? Cool. Okay. Oof. All right. That's a little loud. Trying to just put some of the, like, a little preview in the background while I just talk here for a little bit. All right. So, I don't know if I can screen grab anything, but project's done. It's just a matter of getting it onto a video format and just getting it uploaded. I don't know how this works. So I don't know if I can, like, show you my desktop at all. I might just have to show you it on my phone. But yeah, it's 3 hours, 12 minutes, 37 seconds. Every single song has parts of the 4th and the 11th, exception being like the DVD stuff. The figured Paige did a good enough job, and honestly, trying to mix some of the August 11th stuff with the August 4th stuff from the DVD, it just doesn't sound up to par, you know. So the one thing I did though, I interlaced the Boogie Chillin' section from A Whole Lot of Love into the DVD version of A Whole Lot of Love. So that'll be pretty cool to for you guys all here. So this week I'm a bit busy, schoolwork and all this shit. So I'm gonna get this uploaded. I'm going to have the MP3s and the FLAC files. I'll have those done at some point later this week, maybe this weekend. And then at some point, I'm also gonna have a Word document like I do with my Landover with the Maryland, whatever you want to call it, Landover 1977. How I have a whole Word document outlining every single change from the original versions. So I'm gonna base the few tracks from the DVD off the Garden tapes, but I plan on doing my own thing because I don't really think he went far enough. There's some things within the Garden tapes that doesn't really. He's missing something, you know. He's just missing some things here and there. So anyway, yeah. So this is Since I've Been Loving You in the background, if you can't tell. This one was it's definitely a unique one out of most of them. The guitar solo itself switches back and forth from the 4th and the 11th. So, but I think I did a good job blending it together, making it all sound nice. You know, so I think it's gonna come out good. The fact that that the file deleted itself may have been a blessing in disguise back in August, because the process I went through with mixing and cueing, reverb, whatever it might be, I went through a different process this time, and I think it really helped balance the sound out a little better. So, yeah. I mean, I love this T for one part. Anyway, but yeah, no, I think you guys really like this. I think you all really enjoy this. Yeah, I had a lot of fun making this after the screw up, after it crashed and burned and that whole thing. I think you guys really enjoy this. It was a lot of fun to make. Like I said, every single song the exception of most of the DVD tracks, have parts of the 11th in. So it's not just the here's August 4th with a minute of the 11th, which the first time I tried this project a couple years ago for myself, it it turned out in a way that there was the intro to No Quarter, there was like a vocal edit for Since I've Been Loving You, and there was like I don't know, 5 seconds of Black Dog that were amended, that were like patched over, which that was it, and that wasn't uploadable. But now, having done the Capitol Center, there we go, Capitol Center, having done that, it really helped me flow, even like halfway through a bar. I can flow the second eighth note of beat 2 from one night to another. I'm not doing it in like 5 second or 10 second increments anymore. But now that I'm alone, hang on. Hey, just rambling on about the project until probably until I'm a broken record. Stream. Yeah. All right. Well, I assume I can upload this, but yeah. So where was I? Right. Okay. So like I did with the Capitol Center, which I'm probably going to redo at some point. So it's more of a live concert than like a Jimmy Page style best of with a lot of the dialogue, the bullshit in between each song, without taking a lot of that out, because it takes away the live feel and it makes it more of like, not that there's a professionalism that Page employed, obviously removing all that dialogue, but you miss some of the live feel. So I'm gonna put some of that, I'm probably gonna redo that at some point way down the line, and honestly, probably just the beginning of the concert, because especially the tracks where it's like one night, I really want to redo it, especially having messed around with this. So what's probably gonna happen? Oh wow, this is really quiet. Is that what this is? So if I talk louder, oh yeah, there we go. Okay. Like I said, just figuring this out for the first time. So this is picking up sound. This is probably going to be really, really quiet. But as of now, I just started. Wow, I just started rendering the video. 5 hours and 20 minutes left. It is 12:53 in the morning. I hope this thing doesn't stop. I'm not staying up for 5 hours. I got class at 9:30. I have class in 8.5 hours, and I'm not staying up for 5.5 of it, trying to make sure this was done. So if it doesn't work, I'll just ooh. All right. Oh no! It's working. That I'm streaming to no one but talking to myself because it's 1 in the morning and I need sleep, if you can tell. But yeah, no, this I'm really excited to have this done because it's been on the back burner for a couple of years now. No, that's a lie. About a year and a half, 2 years. this thing's been on the back burner for a bit, but it's finally done. The video's just got to render. Like I said, there's like 5.5 hours of rendering left, so I don't know if we're gonna get it done tonight because it's like 1 a.m. And if my laptop shuts off halfway through, I'm gonna have to re-render it tomorrow. But yeah. So had a lot of fun doing it. I think I'm just rambling at this point. But I guess just a quick recap. So yeah, project's done. All the sound is done. It's just a matter of rendering the video so I can actually upload it to YouTube. We have 5.5 hours left, so hopefully I can wake up tomorrow morning and just upload it to YouTube. And then when I come home from classes, it can be up maybe at noon. And if that's not the case, it'll be up sometime this week. I got a lot of crap going on this week, but I just couldn't help finish working on this because it was right at the end. But I'll have the MP3 and the FLAC files. I'll have those on, I forget the website I used, but I can easily find it. I'll have those up sometime, probably this weekend. I'm going to have to type up a whole document on what I did, the changes, where it goes from the 4th to the 11th and vice versa. Probably a little bit on the mixing, reasons why I left some things out, or, whatever. Anything I can really think of to shove into the document, what time during the video these changes are. But, yeah, I'm finally happy for this to be done. I got a lot of different tours I can work on after this. I kind of stopped working on the Boston concerts in the North American winter 1968 to 69. I got about halfway through with that, got stuck on Dazed and Confused because they're just two very different kind of takes, and I don't know what to do regarding them. Just jumping from one to the other, it's kind of abrupt, doesn't really flow as well. So I'm like, well, do I pick the 23rd? Do I pick the 25th, the 26th? But I stopped working on that, and I've kept doing this. Yeah, I mean, I got a lot of different concerts I can work on. So if you just want to comment on what you want to see next, I'm trying to do something that isn't related to an official release. So I've already done a couple of those. I did the Greater Copenhagen stuff. So I mixed the Danmarks broadcast with stuff from the 15th and the 16th. Yeah, I've done the first album deluxe edition. I forget if it was Led Zeppelin Boots or Led Zeppelin Rarities, but they've done I want to say it's Boots, but it might be Rarities. So I don't remember which of the two of them. But they did a most complete Royal Albert Hall concert, which you should definitely go check that out. That at least I think they did. I don't know. It's 1 a.m. My memory's going, but I don't want to do that because they kind of just uploaded that a couple months ago. I'm thinking of doing like an unknown kind of a tour, or not unknown, but not a common tour. Which leaves 1977 out. At the moment, for 1980, I got Frankfurt and West Berlin. Well, Berlin, the last concert. But those are single nights, so those aren't really a priority. Plus, I want to experiment with 1980. I don't want to just throw something up from that tour that's just all single nights, Well, as okay as that last concert was, it's their last concert. So it's got to go up, As long as a Stairway solo is, and probably Page would never want to see released in full in a full mastered version. I did Landover last year, so I'm still a little, or earlier this year, I'm still, excuse me, Still a little burnt out on working on 1977 stuff. Earl's Court, I did a year or two ago. I mean, that I got to redo also. Not Dazed and Confused though. That one, it was my first attempt at doing this in-depth kind of a thing, which it really came out well. But I don't know. There's Uniondale, North America '72, which was 2 weeks before How the West Was Won. But the difference here, I would include this under, say, a Zeppelin 4 release because it only included basically Zeppelin 4 and earlier songs. The only time I don't really apply that rule, so like, okay. So let's take the BBC sessions as an example, the live 1971 concert. So Zeppelin 4 didn't get released until November 8th of that year. But the BBC sessions was April 1st. And you had songs such as, let's see, The Complete, where are we? The Complete. And that concert had stuff such as Black Dog, Stairway to Heaven, Going to California. Those were all Zeppelin 4. Those were all Zeppelin 4 songs. But yet, they were... allergies are killing me, sorry. And I'm out of water. But those were, I don't know, 7 months behind. So I would release it as a Zeppelin 4 album because it features Zeppelin 4 songs, even though they may have been touring for Zeppelin 3 at that point. The only exception is Since I've Been Loving You, which they've played very early before other Zeppelin 3 songs, to the point that I would have possibly only one tour. Give me a second. North America, autumn 1969. Okay, yeah. So they only had 2 tours where there was only Zeppelin 1 and Zeppelin 2 songs. Because everything after that, Since I've Been Loving You, is basically there. So the exceptions I made were, funny enough, Royal Albert Hall, which they did play Since I've Been Loving You there. We just don't have any audio of it. It doesn't show about bootlegs. I believe the keyboard didn't get recorded on that concert. So it's possible Page has the rest of the parts locked away in the vaults. But, it's missing John Paul Jones. He's not going to release it. Then you got Europe 1970, which I still haven't picked a concert. There's a couple to pick from there. There's Helsinki, Copenhagen, Montreux, Vienna. There's 2 concerts from Hamburg and Dusseldorf that I've, I guess, narrowed it down to. So there's 2 Hamburg concerts. And granted, I need to listen to these before I can really make an assumption on what I want. Actually, let me just preface what I'm doing right now. Let's see. Okay, I'm live. All right. Just rambling about future projects at this point. Catch earlier in the stream for content on Knebworth. Okay. So, toggle timestamp. Yeah, cool. How else can I do this? Don't want to end the stream. Cool. Okay. So, from this point on, I'm probably just going to ramble about the tours I'm missing dates on. So, like I said, there's Helsinki, Finland, Copenhagen, Denmark, Montreux, Switzerland, Vienna, Austria, Hamburg, Germany, Dusseldorf, Germany, West Germany. Fucking hell. Excuse my language. So Hamburg, there's 2 nights, but there's not really a long encore. Copenhagen, for example, has, in addition to what's there in Hamburg, this communication breakdown. Come on, everybody, something else. Bring it on home along, Tall Sally. So do I just do a single night of that because of the encore? Or do I do the Hamburg because I can mix and match it? I don't know. What else do we got missing? There's North America 1970, which narrowed down to Seattle and Memphis. Thing here is Memphis has a very long how many more times, which is really cool. There's Bex Bolero, The Hunter, Needle Blues, Boogie Mama, High Flying Mama, Memphis, Tennessee, For What It's Worth, Ramble On, Tobacco Road, Honeybee, Long Distance Calls, Lemon Song, That's All Right Mama. All right, now that I'm reading this. And it has a whole lot of love. But the issue, I believe the issue with Memphis was that the cuts, it kind of cuts into a lot of the songs. Whereas in Seattle, you have Bolero, The Hunter, Needle Blues, I'm a Man, Boogie Chillin', and High Flying Mama, and the Lemon Song. But it's more of a complete sounding concert. Seattle has Communication Breakdown with Down by the River and its encore. And then Memphis has a whole lot of love. What else is there an issue with? There is North America 1971. Where are we? This one, there's a lot to pick from. So you have 2 nights of Inglewood. The second night starts with Rumbo, Walk Don't Run. That if I don't have the Inglewood concerts for this tour, that'll be on like a coda, which is like whatever didn't really get included in one of these eventually 40-something concerts. And about half of them are going to be single night. So it's really about 20 to 25 concerts that I really need to do in-depth work on. So there's 2 nights of Inglewood. There's Orlando, New York, Toronto, Boston, Hampton, Rochester, and 2 nights at Berkeley. These are my options here. And what else is there? There's Japan 1971. That's 5 concerts that I want to go through it just because, hey, it's 5 concerts, and I think I can manage it. It's 2 Tokyos, Hiroshima, 2 Osakas. I could, if I can't do it or find like myself being unable to do it, I could just do 2 nights of Osaka. 29th is big. It's got a lot of stuff in it. 28th's got a lot of stuff on it. Please Please Me, From Me to You. You got We Shall Overcome, Down by the River, High Heeled Sneakers. Come on, everybody. Friends is on the 29th. Smoke Gets in Your Eyes is on the 29th. So, worst comes to worst, I could just do the 2 nights of Osaka, which is fine. But that would be a really long and really cool concert if I can do all 5 nights of Japan 1971. Other problem is trying to put on my bootleg ears. And, I like the instrumentation on, say, the bootleg, or rather the audience bootleg of, say, Hiroshima, but it's not as good as, say, Osaka with a soundboard. You know, I got to try to figure that one out because I haven't done a really mixed audience and studio. But it worked out for the Capitol Center. It just so happened it kind of worked out. The exception might have been the 30th in no quarter a little bit, or the 25th. I forget which one cuts out. But and that's speaking of 1977. But yeah. I mean, that's another one. I might as well just go through all these. These are things I've been having issues with. But let's see. Oh, I see someone just joined. So I finished talking about the Knebworth stuff a while ago. If you can rewind in the video, I'm not sure if you can do that while I'm live streaming. A lot of the info's there. Right now, I'm just talking about the future of this, like, eventually 40 concerts I want to release. I want to have a concert from at least one concert from every tour. So I've just been going through the ones I've been having trouble narrowing down because I have most of them narrowed down now. But let's see. Oh, I should probably update the title of this. Hang on. How do I do this? How do I do this? How do I change the title? I don't know how to do this. I found it before. I don't want to end the stream. End the stream. No. How do I do this? This is annoying. Dang. That's no quarter in the background. For Knebworth, which to you who just joined, it's done. If you just want a quick recap, it's done. It's just being processed. That's about 20 minutes ago. I had about 5.5 hours. Now I have 5 hours. Okay, it's 13.8% done. It's literally been processing for an hour, so this is going to be a while. Anyway, yeah, I'm just rambling at this point about the project. So if you want to stick around and hear it, hey, that's cool. If you have an account, you can leave a comment. What concerts do you want to see in the future? The Boston concerts in January of 1969 are halfway done. I got stuck on Dazed and Confused and then started working on this. They just sound very different from one night to the next, so it's hard to kind of conglomerate them when they're not really similar sounding. And I can't really decide which one I want. But I'll probably work on that after this one, just because, yeah, well, I explained it earlier, and now one watcher's gone. Yeah, this is what happens when you have under 1,000 subscribers. Nobody's going to watch. But, yeah. But anyway, just because I can. Okay, seriously, how do I do the fucking title of this? How do I change the title on this? Let's see, pop out shot. No, that's not it. Live chat. Manage moderators, participants, toggle time says. Yeah, I know that. Okay. Yes, okay. Cool. I want to share. No. Wow, I've been rambling for half an hour. Ramble on, huh? Boy. Yeah. I'm probably going to do this with every concert, just rambling and talking about the project that I'm doing. It's because, I can. It's my channel. I want to, If you don't want to watch, you can leave. Like everyone has. Yeah. What else we got? So... Fucking hell, excuse me. That's another one. Australasia 1972. That also has 5 nights. I might do a mix and match of all of that. Although technically, that has an official release too. Rock and Roll from Sydney. I mean, hey, it's one song, so it's whatever, I guess. But what else we got? Yeah, when I'm done going through this, I'm gonna probably end it. I'll put some timestamps in the comments for important stuff, and I'm off to bed. But let's see. What else we got here? What is this? Oh. Yeah, okay. Then we got, let's see. Talked about North America 72. Pre-Seattle. Seattle was when they started playing the House of the Holy songs. We got Europe 1973. I think I'm just going to do Offenburg for that one. It seems to work out a lot better that way. Rather, I should say that's a commonly referenced, oh, this is a really good concert. Problem with that is missing a couple. It's missing Dancing Days, which was played often on this tour, just not in Offenburg for whatever reason. There are 13 concerts, so I'm not going to do a best of 13 because that's I'd like to have a life, you know. It'll take me like a month just to do rock and roll. I'm going through 13 different versions. Forget it. Could have bracketed like a fantasy, like playoff bracket. I mean, you got Stockholm, Rotterdam, Nuremberg, Vienna, Munich, Berlin, Hamburg, Essen, Offenburg, Lyon, Nancy, Paris. There are 2 nights at Paris, though. Oh, I'm going to box that. 2 nights of Paris. Let's see. Outside borders. What else we got? What else do I have on the list? So, yeah, okay. So that's about it in terms of what I'm struggling to really decide on. You know what? I might as well talk about all this now. Nobody's going to watch 32 minutes of this. So here's a little Easter egg. I'm going to go through every single video I plan on doing that I have planned. So, Spokane, Washington, December 30th, 1968. That's an audience recording. I just got to go through the mic feedback. Maybe reverb it. I don't know. There's Boston, January 23rd to January 26th, 1969. Those 2 concerts make up the North America Winter Tour, 1968 to 1969 tour. So, what the fuck? Put that on silent, because I do want to get through this and just finish the stream. There's a little Easter egg of the stream. So, well, the end of the stream. So, to backtrack, obviously, we're missing Scandinavia from 1968, anything from that. We're missing UK 1968. And symbolically, October 25th, 1968 could be like a concert to pick because it was the first instance of the name Led Zeppelin. I digress. So, the UK Scandinavia Tour, 1969. That's Greater Copenhagen. That's already up. And then there is San Francisco, April 24th to April 27th. That's the North American Spring 1969 tour. And yeah, San Francisco. That's a mixture of soundboard and audience. I need to listen to those. Yeah, I'm probably going to go with those nights. Then UK Summer 1969 is June 20th, Newcastle. I think that was the only song, the only concert of that tour. I don't really think I had a choice of that one. So I think that's what we're getting, you know. So there was North America Summer 1969. Now there was 2 that I wasn't really sure of. There's the Texas Pop Festival, which is August 31st. That's like the common one from that tour. There's also August 18th in Toronto. Now, that's an audience file bootleg. Texas Pop is the soundboard. But the Toronto, I really like the Toronto one. It was very intimate. But I also came up with that conclusion after listening to Texas Pop. So I got to listen to these again. make a conclusion. Do I include both? Do I just include one? Those are all Zeppelin ones. So, continuing this little Easter egg thing. Europe Autumn 1969. Oh, also, another thing. Some of these tours, I don't know why they're named the way they are. For example, UK Summer 1969 by Google. Oh, shit. UK Summer 1969 Led Zeppelin. The tour dates for this concert are June 8th to June 29th. You know what the majority of these... this is a bad concert to pick from. Okay, what else we got? We got... 4 hours, 54 minutes remaining. This is going to be longer than 5 hours, that's certain. Hello, Robert Plant. All right, so on to Zeppelin 2. There's Europe, Autumn 1969, October 10th. That's the multi-track from the Zeppelin 1 Deluxe Edition. I already posted that. That's done. Listen to whatever you want. There's North America, Autumn 1969. That's November 6th and 7th in San Francisco. It's an audience bootleg. Then you got UK. Oh, great. Here's Hot Dog. UK 1970. Royal Albert Hall. Soundboard, obviously. It's also multi-track on the DVD. Most of the concerts on the DVD. There's I talked about this one already. What else we got? North America Spring. I talked about that one. Oh, yep. Europe. I talked about that one. Okay. So Europe and North America, I still got to figure out which one I'm choosing. That's it for Zeppelin 2. There's only going to be 5 videos. One of them's already done. And most of them are probably going to be single videos, sadly. But this is how it works. Zeppelin 3. Another one. Not a lot of concerts. Somehow. You got Bath Festival. June 28th, 1970. I really wish there was another. There's one more show of this tour. There's 6 shows, I think. Yeah, there's 6 shows. It would have been really cool to get the Iceland concert, and it would have been really cool to get the West Berlin shows in full, I mean. But the West Germany 1970 show, largely incomplete, so I don't really think it's upload worthy. So to compensate, because there's only 2 tours where Zeppelin 3 is like the main, are the new songs. The next tour is North America Summer 1970. These are all in September. These particular concerts that I picked. You got which one's Blueberry Hill? I forget. Forgetting if Live at Blueberry Hill is September 2nd or September 4th. Either way, I'm putting both of those videos up. And then I'm also putting September 19th afternoon and night at Madison Square Garden in one concert. So that's going to be the only combined concert for Zeppelin 3. Moving on to Zeppelin 4. Concert era stuff. Now again, these don't align with the album release dates. It's funny enough, all the concerts from Zeppelin 2 are 2 and 3, excluding Paris in October '69. All Zeppelin 2 and 3 concerts that I've kind of decided for Zeppelin 2 and 3. These are all before the Zeppelin 3 release date. Yeah, no. Yes. Yes. Weirdly enough, as we move on to the Zeppelin 4 concerts, oh, look at that. Zeppelin 3 got released. So it doesn't exactly line up with the albums. But reasons for that are say, hey, they played Stairway to Heaven in Japan in 1971. I'm not going to put that with Zeppelin 3. They played Stairway to Heaven. And they also played it in 3 prior tours. You know, how you can't group Black Dog, Going to California, Stairway with 4 tours. You know, doesn't work that way. So Zeppelin 4 tour, concert tours, so to speak. Live at the BBC, 1971. I covered that already. Europe, 1971. You got Copenhagen, May 3rd, 1971. Skip ahead here. And really wasn't much to choose from with this, because you had 4 or 6 songs. And honestly, I picked this date because it's the only time 4/6 was played, and Gallows Pole, and on this particular tour, Misty Mountain Hop. So then there's the Montrose, August 7th, August 8th. These don't really have, they're not really a tour. They're like a warm-up to North America. But like, maybe you can argue they're for Europe, but they're so far apart in dates. But then again, Copenhagen, Odense, and Liverpool are all in May. The Milan, Curse in Milan concert, I should say, is July, and then the Montreux concerts are in August. But you know, whatever nuance, but particulars you want to get into, I figured, hey, these Montreux concerts, these are pretty good. You know, so I picked it. What else we got here? You got. Oh, also, wait a minute. That's the other thing too. I think the Montreux concerts. I'm digressing here. It's 43 minutes, and I want to get through this. Okay. So, what else we got? Oh, Walk Don't Run and Weekend. I think those are covered elsewhere. But let's see. What do I have so far for the Coda stuff? I have it somewhere. No. Where the hell? Where is it? What is this? Oh, what's this? Oh, that's huh. Interesting. So huh. Oh, is today's John Bottom's that thing? Oh shit. Wow. That's accidental timing. John Bottom's death was about probably this time in the morning. 39 years ago today. Probably about this time. No, probably a little bit earlier time zones. But rest in peace, John Bonham. 39 years ago, man. That's insane. Dude I share a birthday with him, man. That's pretty cool. Anywho, though, let's see. Wow. So we're gonna move you to a new sheet. New book, I should say. To recognize these things are clear from time to time. Okay. Just want to do this little thing real quick. So at this point, 3 albums have been recorded. Wow. Okay, so at this point, now this is just me being young. As old as I am right now, Zeppelin's 1, 2, and 3 were already released for Robert Plant, as an example. So when Robert Plant was my age, Zeppelin 1, 2, and 3 were already recorded and released. Now I grew up on Zeppelin through my father. I never really listened to music of those my own age. So it's kind of a little like, oh, wow, I'm older than these guys when they made this music. So it's a little crazy sometimes. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. But anywho, enough of that. Back on to Zeppelin 4 stuff. Okay, that was a long tangent. So what else we got? We got North America 71. I went through that before. Then there's Five Nights at Japan. I went through that before. UK Winter 1971. I went through that before. That was the misnomer. So it's the United Kingdom Winter Tour 1971, but the dates are November 11th to December 21st. Problem with that is these are autumn dates, and as just to be particular, that's not very pisses me off. They're autumn concerts, but it's called the Winter Tour. Pisses me off. Whatever. I haven't figured out a date for that yet. Australasia, 1972. I talked about that already. North America, 1972. So, Uniondale is what I'm probably going to go with. It's the only concerts before Seattle that are 2 nights, and those are more popular, so to speak, songs. But I believe they have it's a longer set list. Yeah, Weekend, right? Okay. Then there's How the West Was Won. Look at him have an extended version of that. Put Mary Lou back into Whole Lot of Love. Then we got Japan, 1972. So these are 6 concerts in October. Audience releases. There's 2 nights to Tokyo. Then there's Osaka, Nagoya, go back to Osaka, and then Kyoto. I don't know. I don't see myself going to that one for a while. But that's an interesting concert because vocally for Plant, it sounds like a transition. It's like it's halfway between How the West Was Won and the song remains the same. It's pretty cool. Next time you listen to it, hear it. There's inflections of How the West Was Won, and then there's inflections of song remains the same. It's cool. Moving on to 1973, there was the attempted recording for a Song Remains the Same movie in Southampton. Now, the cool thing with this is there's another soundboard. It's not just January 22nd. There's a January 21st. So, different location to Gaumont Theater as opposed to Southampton University. But hey, 2 soundboards in a city, or at least a greater region, fits my description for a combined concert. I talked about 1973. I may be picking Offenburg, but there's issues because there's like Dancing Days is missing from like most of the other tour where it is there. Then I wanted to pick a song where oh, wait a minute. Hang on here. I'm diverting from something. Hang on. UK 1970. Were any of these concerts recorded? Okay, so I don't know if okay, so I'm probably gonna have another concert in addition to the Royal Albert Hall. My thinking for this is, 5, 6 question mark. So my thinking, what the hell? Please align to the right. Thank you. So my thinking for this is, I don't really want to include a concert that has video with it already and use that for that tour, because like DVD versus an album kind of a thing. And this whole idea comes from Metallica, so, which I am a fan of. Had this on earlier today, but hey, I'm doing a Zeppelin live stream, so Zeppelin shirt. But their deluxe edition is working in such a way that it's honestly, I really wish Page did it this way. So the way Metallica's does it, there's not just the rough mixes that Page had on disc 2. There's demo tapes, there are riff tapes, there's like 5 to 7 concerts per album. So you get hours and hours and hours and hours of remastered content along with the album. A really well done deluxe edition. So it's a lot, and it's really cool. And I really wish Page had done this. You know, it would have been really cool. I really need to find a freaking way to fix this title. Oh God, you're awake at 1:30. What are you doing? Let's see. Because at this point now it's clickbaity. More than half the video is no longer about Knebworth. It's just people checking in. How do I do this? I don't understand, man. Quick update. Right. Oh God, here I am on my phone. How do I edit this? Can I not edit it? I feel like a God damn it. Wow, yeah, no, this is a lot. Shite. I can't edit it. Wow, yeah, most of this. Huh? Alright, I can't edit the name of this title until I get off. So, oh, there we go. Quick update, Knebworth, plus, let's see, plus a lot of minutes of rambling on about projects. A lot of minutes rambling on about future projects. Just for now. Have you updated? Cool. All right. That title's updated. I'm off my phone. All right. So, Lost my train of thought. Okay, yeah. So the Metallica stuff was really cool just because of how in depth it was. And I don't think they're looking by tour. I don't know how they've worked it out. I figured it was a good way for me to do it with this. It was a nice organized way of figuring out which concerts to do when and what concerts, etc. So they, not all of their concerts were on DVD because for them we're going. This is the mid '80s before they got big. But there were a few concerts that were on video. Hammersmith and Seattle. Seattle '89 is a big one. Hammersmith '88 and Seattle '89. Seattle being a big one of theirs. I figured, well, that'd be on a DVD. That wouldn't be on a C. That would not be on a CD. So, yeah. So just to backtrack real quick, probably gonna have another concert for the UK 1970 tour if I can find a good concert that isn't Royal Albert Hall. So I'm personally not gonna release video of it, but let's go with the theme of, hey, if I was Jimmy Page, releasing as many concerts as I can. You got Royal Albert Hall on DVD, but hey, here's this other cool concert that sounds good from this tour that we don't have video of, but here you go. So I'm gonna do that for that. I'm sure this is gonna sound like shit when I play this back. Anyway, so that's what that is. Fuck me. Okay. All right. May or may not do that. Thinking about that now, but so 1973. I have this thing marked here. May April. May 4th, 1973, Atlanta, Georgia. The sound check with the Sugar Jam, Sugar Baby, Sugar Jam, Strawberry Jam. I don't remember. I'm tired. Night Flight, The Rover, bits, early Wonton song. Really cool thing. Boots or Rarities has it. I forget who does what. Boots releases a lot of the concerts. Rarities that had more project. I don't know. I'm rambling at this point. I am going to make a extended and improved Song Remains the Same. So this is likely going to include parts of the original release. It's going to include much of Black Dog from the DVD. It's going to include most of 19 of the 2007/2018 release, remaster, whatever you want to call it. And it's just going to be filling in a lot of what Page cut. So, like, Moby Dick was severely cut down. A whole lot of love. I think the medley was cut down a lot. I got to double check it. No Quarter, the freaking part that was missing. I'm gonna shove the 1976 concert movie, DVD, album release, whatever. Shove that into the 2018 version. And just other edits here and there. Fix a couple of like beat errors where the guy who does Garden Tapes does a very good job explaining where it's like there's certain parts of the soundtrack that it makes it seem like Bonham can't keep a simple 4/4 time. So that's going to be a thing. I'll probably have another concert from that tour. Now that I think about it. Let's see, where are we? When I'm talking to ya. And there's a lot to pick from here. There's so much to pick from here. Oh, wow. There are 37 concerts. Yikes. That's a lot. So. To Chicago, to Detroit. I don't know, man. I'll see. That's another one that's way down the line, or maybe I'll figure it out. I don't know. Wow, I've done this for an hour now. Okay. So then there's the. Okay, just to recap real quick. So the Uniondale concerts, what will likely be the Uniondale concerts, will be the last of the Zeppelin 4 concerts. So now, almost a year before its release, we start with the Houses of the Holy concerts. We start with How the West Was Won. June 1972, a whole 9 months before Houses of the Holy was released. Obviously, there's Houses of the Holy songs on there. Japan 72, UK Southampton 73, Europe 73, and song remains the same. That tour, all Houses of the Holy. And now we get into the nice, clean cut stuff where, actually, no, there's still overlaps. Now we move on to Physical Graffiti. Chicago, 1975. Audio quality, absolute shit. Absolute horrible. But when the levee breaks, Watson's song was played there. So you know what? Those are concerts I would really like to hear. Maybe songs early in that tour, maybe concerts early in that North America 75 tour sound good. I don't know. They don't exist right now, a lot of them. That has those really early, When the Levee Breaks, Wanton Song. And how many more times is another one? I mean, originally, When the Levee Breaks and Wanted Song were supposed to be staples of that concert. Of that tour. But then they dropped them for whatever reason. Yeah. And then, it'd be really cool to get a concert in there with how many more times. So there's concerts I'm going to pick for this one are, let's see if I can do this. Concerts I'm going to pick for this one are, oh shit. No border. Earl's Court. Insert copied cell. No, I want to. Cool. Okay. And then this is audience. All right. So there's going to be a couple of concerts for Physical Graffiti. This is Chicago shows. The only single show this whole tour that I'm going to pick, Baton Rouge. It's got a really nice first 2/3. It's really good. Not that the last third is bad, but it's really good first 2/3. Really enjoy it. You got Seattle, 1975, considered to be the best of the tour. I can mix it with the 17th because that's also a soundboard Seattle show. Granted, there's Vancouver shoved in the middle, but hey, what are you gonna do? And then the shows immediately after that, you got Inglewood, 3 nights of Inglewood. That's gonna be fun to do at the Forum. And then everyone's go-to favorite later Zeppelin video, blah 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 blah, Earl's Court. This one I'm going to redo. It'll be the third time I wind up doing it. First time, the sound mix turned out like I don't know what happened to it. Second time, improved editing. On suggestion, I picked the Weaker Lorraine song. Most of those songs are a single night. They aren't mixed like I'm gonna mix. Like you're gonna hear this Knebworth one is mixed. It is Frankenstein to shit. Frankenstein monster to shit. Because because I can, and it sounds cool, and it's a passion project. So why not? So I'm gonna do Earl's Court in 2 sets. The 17th, 18th, and the 23rd. I have those dates right? 17th, 18th, and the 23rd. And I'm gonna have the 24th and the 25th. So I did the 24th, 25th. That's the videoed multi-tracked ones. And the reason for separating that is because there's no video for the 17th, 18th, and the 23rd. And if Page was to release this like they did, like the Metallica released theirs, well, you're only going to get the 24th and 25th on video. So, you're not going to get, it's called Trample Underfoot. It's all there in the end, baby. And I've remembered all these. I've remembered all these fucking dialogues in between songs, man. All the banter. Trample Underfoot's gonna be a fun one, man. I had to rearrange the verses so I can mix the 2 nights. And I had to rearrange them in a way that lined up with the studio. If you know the August 4th version by heart, you'll probably be annoyed. If you don't, there's literally no sound difference other than when it switches to the 11th. But that's only because, verses don't line up. They never sang verse 4 and 5 live in Knebworth. What are you going to do? So I had to mix and match everything. I will go on about that in detail when I do that document. Let's see. Cancel North America tour. Wow. So there was a canceled North American tour, August. If Robert Plant didn't get into a serious car accident, Kill His Last Stand, at least lyrically, would have never been written, mind you. But there was plans to do South America. There was a UK Winter Tour 76. There was a European tour in the spring. Man, those would have been really cool to see. But alas, it was never meant to be. And then they never toured in 76, even after Robert Plant healed, because songwriting the same stuff. Finally, 1977, Presence. 1977, the North American tour, aka for my purposes, the Presence tour. So this is the only tour featuring songs from Presence, or rather, Presence being the newest group of songs. So what this causes is, let's see. Well, a lot of repetitiveness in the set list here. Sadly. But okay, let's see. So if I'm Page and I'm just trying to empty out my vaults, even the less than supreme Zeppelin concerts. Like, hey, this is a true face of Zeppelin live. Even some of the shittier stuff. Because, hey, listen, gods roam the earth. Gods can mess up too, man. the gods can mess up too. I mean, hey. Anyway. So, Cleveland, April 27th to 28th. I'm going to redo Landover, May 25th, May 26th, May 28th, and May 30th. And this is the big doozies now. 6 concerts, Madison Square Garden, June 7th to 14th. I think it's 6. And 6 concerts, Inglewood and the Forum, June 21st to June 27th. Those are going to be big ones. And now, mind you, there are a few other ones that I can do, and I might even be able to upload the video on these. But there's Pontiac, April 30th, which we don't have any recordings for. That was professionally shot. Houston, May 21st. That was professionally shot. And it's Seattle, July 17th. Now, Seattle, I could probably just upload. I gotta figure out the video audio deal. I'm not a video editor. The reason why this one thing is taking so long is because I'm using a open sourced program because I don't know what's good. Quarter of the way done. 4 hours and 19 minutes. The stream, hour and 12. Yeah. So this program is kind of a liar. Let's see. So ideally, Pontiac, Houston, and Seattle, even though most are kind of subpar, would be released as full-blown DVDs. Next, we move on through Into the Outdoor. Finally, at the end. We have the Copenhagen shows. Those will be combined to one, July 23rd, July 24th. The only audience for the Into the Outdoor stuff. You have Knebworth, which will be out within this week. Will be out. It'll be done. Probably won't listen to it for a long time. As awesome as it is to listen to, you listen to the same 3 hours of music over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. You get a little bit sick of it. So, yeah. Freddie Bannister. David Mundo. You're coming from Longfellow-Makers. Yeah. Then we have the final tour. Tour over Europe, 1980. Man. It's awesome, though. Most of these shows are soundboard. So you got Frankfurt and Berlin. That's kind of what I've picked so far. There's only one group of shows played multiple nights is Mannheim. And Mannheim, I don't know how to pronounce it, German. But the problem with this is the shows are meh, they're kind of meh. So I don't even know if I can pick it. But again, I gotta listen and see through and et cetera, et cetera. Hell, I could pick 3 shows if I really wanted to. But anyway, so I don't know what I did with this information, but I am going to have a sort of coda run. I don't know what I did with that information. I had a whole spreadsheet that basically it talked about. Yeah, I don't know where it went. Pissing me off. Unbelievable. Anyway, there's stuff that isn't inevitably going to be included on all these concerts that would go into a shorter coda concert or whatever other people suggest. That's what would go into it. The other thing which would be really cool, two concerts would be really cool to hear. There was a small spontaneous show at the end of 1975 in like a local club, like a club. That would be really cool to hear. And Jason Bonham's wedding. They played Custard Pie live, amongst other things. That'd be another cool little show to hear. You got 85, Live Aid, 88, 40th anniversary of Atlantic Records. Those are. I'll slowly remaster them or whatever at the very end. There's Shepperton shows, which I'll maybe remaster. Maybe I'll just upload it from remasters that were done in the years past. Then there's Celebration Day. Probably the last concert I'll upload. I'll try to upload. I'm sure copyright will nab me. But there are some parts missing. The end of In My Time of Dying. I think it was You Shook Me. Gallows Pole and Travel Underfoot, I think. I don't really remember. I only know that show from the DVD, 2012. I was 15 at the time. Didn't really think of, bootlegs on YouTube. Didn't really think of that at that point, even though I was only listening to Zeppelin at that point. But, yeah. Maybe I'll do some of the Page and Platt stuff. I doubt it. Because honestly, this alone probably going to take me years to do. Wouldn't be surprised if I'm 30 and still doing this. I'm 22 now. We'll see. Because, school, job, kind of takes precedent over this passion project. So, in the meantime, I have enjoyed rambling on, having people peek in, peek out, and leave me to talk to myself, I guess. Whatever. Yeah. Project will be uploaded sometime. Yeah, at some time. I don't know when. I have to wait for this video to render. It'll be up. It'll be up by Saturday. By Saturday evening Eastern time. Worst comes to worst, I don't have time to do it. Oh, who am I kidding? I have nothing to do Thursday. Thursday it should be up. Unless I'm busy somehow. Thursday it should be up. Yeah. Didn't expect to be rambling on here for an hour and 20 minutes, but yeah, here I am, I guess. I guess I'll ramble on till the end of Sick again, and I'll end the stream. This was cool. I wish there was a little bit more interaction, but that's what happens when you have under 1,000 subscribers and your focus of the channel is music made 40 years ago. So 40 to 50 years ago. You don't get a lot of the people my age on here. But, I don't know. I'll play guitar till the stream ends. Maybe I'll play through Achilles' Last Stand for fun. Because I can, and why not? The wheelchair piece. It's called Achilles' Last Stand. Achilles' Last Stand. I don't know the last solo. Oof, what a brain fart, damn it. Anywho, so yeah, I guess the quick recap of what this whole thing was. First 10, 15 minutes or so, just talking about Knebworth. After that, more or less just rambling on for about an hour of what my future projects involving this are going to be. I go through basically every concert I'm going to do or concerts I'm having trouble figuring out, which ones to do for which tour. And then I said, you know what? I'll play Achilles' Last Stand for the end. So, or at least attempt to. It's been a hot second. But the arrangement, if you don't play for a while, you forget some of the arrangement. Anyway, though, well, yeah, that was about it. So that anyone's going to watch the hour and a half of this. But yeah, just to recap for the person who just joined, first 15 minutes of this is that's where all the Knebworth info is. After that, so yeah, first 15 is Knebworth. After that, I'm rambling about the project. And at the very end, I've played Achilles or attempted to play Achilles. Not that you can hear me, but at least I don't think you can hear me. Anyway, though, have a good one. Project will be up within this week. So thanks for those who, I guess, stuck in, popped their head in for a couple minutes. So yeah, have a good night, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Peace.